This video is on the numerical vibration of 245 as part of the Pathway Through 11 series. Hello, welcome to the Pathway Through 11 series. This video that you're about to watch is one of several videos in this series, but they're not in any particular order. So watch them, as many of them as you want to, and in any order that you want to, for how they work best and resonate best for you. So we're looking at and thinking about this numerical vibration of 245. And so with that 5 there at the end, well, on the right side, which is the end when we look at it from left to right, but it's actually the beginning of when we look at these numerical vibrations. So with that 5 there, this whole step-by-step process of really understanding this numerical vibration and integrating it into our lives starts with change, because the 5 is this vibration, this energy of change. And with the change, so once that change occurs, and this could be something that is a bigger, like, collective change, but it also could be a very small individual change. We don't necessarily know, but it starts with this change, and that change is now fueling the building up of this foundation, which is the 4, and that's supporting. So now we have this foundation of support for coupling to occur in the 2. So we have this change, this shift that's happening, that's allowing this foundation to be built so that it can hold up this energy of coupling, of bringing together these extremes to create something new. And then, of course, this 245 adds up to 11, which then adds up to 2. So we go through this process of the change occurring, the foundation being built, coupling being able to occur because it's stable on this foundation, and then it resonating both as an 11 and as a 2. So we need to understand what's different about 245 as an 11 and as a 2. And the interesting thing is that the phrase I am 222, so any of the 222 phrases, if we stuck that in here, or we just said I am 222, like the numerical vibration of 222, that equals 245. And I think this is just an important phrase to be aware of, especially in this day and time. So I'm recording all of these videos for the Pathway Through 11 series in February, the second month of 2022. And so that's why we're really focusing on this, of all of these 2s, this coupling coming together. And so having this number of 245 represent or have this phrase of I am 222 resonating at 245 is a big deal right now, and after now. And so this 222 vibration really is about that coupling, the coming together of these extremes in every area of your life. So to say that I am the coming together of these extremes, the non-existence of duality in every area of my life, is a really big deal. But just like with any kind of process and personal growth process, this is not a quick fix. So we're not immediately getting to this I am 222. And this I am 222 can look very different if it's an 11 versus if it's a 2. And so if we think about this I am 222 as an 11, this is where we can have some areas of our life where we recognize the extremes that we have around us. And usually it's the sets of extremes that don't impact us as much. We don't have any bonds to it. We don't have any ties to it. We don't have any trauma triggers that are attached to it where we can, fine, let that be coupled, let it be neutral, let it go. So we have some of those that we can do very quickly or that we have already done quite naturally. But then we have those that are attached to our inner shadow, that are much more subconscious, that are attached to any of our traumas, and that we're very sensitive to, that are the harder ones to deal with, the harder ways of um, not judging the extremes as good or bad or right or wrong, but beginning to bring them together. And so it seems that this 245, this phrase, I am 222 as an 11, is when you get to that point where you're balancing between um, understanding that it is possible for duality to not exist because you've had these extremes come together in areas for you that are simple in your life. But at the same time, you struggle with ridding yourself of duality because you have these harder areas of life, these harder extremes that you just can't seem to bring together to create something new. This is where you're at that 11. This is when you're having that time of what is the change that really needs to occur? And how do I not judge that change as good or bad? So that 5 of 245. How do I let this change occur in a way that allows that foundation to be built so coupling can occur? So that's where you're at when you're in this 11 vibration. And I think this also is why that 11 vibration feels so much more weighted. It feels like much more powerful because there's a lot of energy in there, because it really is like this magnet where you're trying to push it together, and either they are too much alike and they're springing back apart, or they're too opposite and they're going together really fast and quick and hurting yourself. So I think that's what this 11 vibration really has begun to feel like. So what we really would like to do is to shift into this 2 vibration, where I am 222 is now where you maybe aren't at a place where you have all of those extremes in every area of your life really coupled together, but you're understanding better what not having duality in your life really is looking like and what the goal is. So now you can have more meaning to how to reach that goal. And so some of the actions that you could take to move from an 11 to 2 in this 245 vibration is, one, really look for areas in your life where a change needs to occur for you to wrap your head around what coupling really is, what life would look like without duality, and begin to really grapple with those things, because in making those changes and even attempting to make those changes or identify those changes, that's how that foundation can be built for the coupling to occur. Thank you.